In this video, I'm gonna start talking about the different types of schedules that we need to create for this particular project. So I'm gonna start off with the dough schedule. First, I need to have a couple of doughs. Now, in my building, I don't have any doughs, so I'm gonna just add a few doughs here just to start talking about doughs. There's one here. Add the same. Let's add a different type of dough. I probably need to bring a new type, so I'm gonna load doughs. Let's go commercial. Let's see if we have anything. There's a exterior double. Single flush. Let's bring that one in. Gonna do this one 2.6, just so that we have a couple of different type of doughs. Gonna add that one there, and maybe add, well, we have one there, maybe add this there. Alright, so we have that. I want to bring a double dough as well, so let's go into insert and load family. I want to do a dough passage. This should be, that should work for now. Can open it up and let's do so maybe that would work. Is that, I'm gonna go with the doughs. Should have that one. There you go. Alright, so I have a few doughs inserted here, and you would add more doughs obviously, but I just have these few doughs inserted so that I can create a dough in the schedule. Now I have the doughs. The next thing that I want to do is I want to annotate those. I'm going to go in tag by category, annotate, tag by category, and then tag my doughs. So there we go. And what we can do is, in the tagging, we can select the tag and uncheck the leader, so that we just have the dough tag. We can do the same thing here. Gonna select all of these, and then uncheck the leader, and then just move these closer so that I have the tags properly placed. Yeah. Alright. I don't have a tag for this one. That's maybe that's the one. Alright. The next thing that I see the issue is now all of these doughs are being numbered, so 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. But what we want to do is we want to know the number of doughs that we have in a building, so that it makes it easier for us to take get an estimation for pricing for the doughs. So we need to know the number of doughs that we have of this particular type, this particular type, and this particular type. So in order to do that, this particular tag will not work. So what we want to do is we want to change the tag's properties. So in order to do that, I'm going to double click on the tag, which opens up the family editor, and I can select the label and go to edit and remove the mark from it. So I'm going to remove the mark and bring in a type mark instead. And then I'm going to say load and close. I'm going to change that and override existing versions and the parameters. And now you see, now this type of dough, we know where those are. I think I messed up when I placed the tag. I was just rearranging the tag and I probably messed that up. But we know that these are the same type of doughs that we added. So we have the same type of doughs. This one is 10, this one is 11, and we didn't add the tag for this one. Let's annotate tag, and that's the same type that we had here. And we don't want the leader. We don't want the leader. And let's move this somewhere there. Alright. So we have the dough tags placed, And the next thing that I want to do is I want to create a schedule. So I'm going to go here to the schedules and quantities. I can right click and create new schedules and quantities, or what I can do is I can go into view and go to schedule and say schedule or quantities. Both work the same way. So if I click here or right click and say new schedule or quantity, it's the same thing. I'm gonna create a new, right click and create a new schedule. I want to find dough schedules, so we have dough schedules. The name is gonna be dough schedule. I'm gonna say okay, and it's gonna ask me what I want in the dough schedule field. I want the family and type. I might want the height of the dough. I would want the width of the dough, so maybe the width. Then I would want the type mark, obviously. Maybe just move it. So select it, and then you can move it up. So to start off, I have the type mark, then the family, height, width, and then I would also want the count, because I need to know the number. And I need to probably bring this down. So select it and click on this arrow to bring it down. And I think those are the fields that I want. You can add more if you wanted to. You can add a comments field, or you can add any other field that you think is relevant. You can even add an image field if you have images of that particular dough. So once that's done, I'm going to say OK, and that's going to create my dough schedule automatically. I know that every instance, it's listing every instance of the dough. So I know that what I want to do is I want to sort them according to my type mark, because otherwise it doesn't really make sense. I have each instance of this 9 dough listed. I don't want that to happen. I want it to be sorted properly. So what I can do is I can go to the properties panel of the schedule and go to sorting and grouping here. Click on edit, and I need to sort by type mark, right? And I'm gonna uncheck itemize every instance and say OK. And then I have the type mark, I have the count for that particular dough, 8, and so on and so forth. Here, another thing that we can do is quite easily we can change the type mark as well. Now if I want to make this D1, that's going to automatically change everything. This will be applied to all the elements of that type, and that's okay. It's going to be D2, this is going to be D3, and this is going to be D4, and this is going to be D5, right? So there you go. And if we go into our flow plan, we should see that the numbers have changed as well. So that's how you create your dough in the schedule, at least the dough schedule. Oops, that one. Schedule, dough schedule. This is our dough schedule that we just created. So everything needs to be sorted. You need to have a count. You can change the type mark to whatever you want in the schedule, so that everything looks the way that you want it to look like. In the next video, let's take a look at the window schedule.